Alright, so, it's gonna seem like this is made as a sarcastic, Moveset video, because I've done a few of those in the past, but I want to say straight out in front that this is not a sarcastic Moveset video, and I'm actually 100% serious about this moveset, and I actually really think it is really good. Um, the only reason that anyone would say it's not good is that you kind of lose out on the you kind of lose out on having just a normal Gengar on your team, because this is kind of a suicide counter lead Gengar is what I call it, and may seem like you're losing out on like sub disable Gengar, choice specs Gengar, um, Life Orb, and because those are all really good sets. So a lot of people just say this is outclassed. You could have it better. But the thing is, this is such a good lead in the current metagame. Just because it stops a lot of things that really commonly lead. I've only a few things up at the top that it can stop, but it definitely stops more than just those. It's just really a really good matchup against a lot of common leads. I'll go over the moves. Taunt shuts down your opponent from setting up hazards. That's fantastic. Shadow Ball, it's stab. No one can say Gengar has a shitty special attack stat, so it's a really good move to use. But basically, what you're going to be wanting to do is you're going to be wanting to go for the counter on them hitting you with a really hard physical attack. They'll be brought down to your Focus Sash, and then counter should OHKO them right back. And then whatever they switch into to revenge kill you, hopefully you're going to get a second kill with Destiny Bond. So basically, what you're trying to do is get a 2-for-1 with Gengar here as a Focus Sash lead. It's really good for hyper offense teams. Doesn't really look as a lead if you look at like if they look at your team matchup, odds are they're not going to predict Gengar is leading, and they're definitely not going to predict the Focus Sash. So something like Breloom, if they lead with it, you can taunt the Spore. Easy, easy. Bullet Seed is going to do like nothing to you. The only real thing that these things ever carry to hit you is Rock Tomb. If they're the effect Spore, if they're the technician, Breloom, obviously. The only thing they're going to really have to hit you is Rock Tomb. If they're the sub Focus Punch, after you taunt them, sorry, they won't really have anything to hit you, because they usually carry like sub Focus Punch, Spore, something else. I want to say Leech Seed, but I don't think that's right. And obviously they're Poison Heal, but pretty much they can't do anything to you, and you can 2-hit KO with Shadow Ball. So you don't always want to go for counter. Shadow Ball is very powerful, and a lot of times you're best off just to go for a Shadow Ball, even if they're a physical attacker, just because you don't know if they're going to go for a physical attack. So it's better just sometimes to go straight for the Shadow Ball. It's really good against Ferrothorn. Stops them from setting up Stealth Rocks. Very nice. Another thing, Gyro Ball. It's going to bring you down to your Sash, and you're going to just kill it straight out. Usually these are specially defensive, so Shadow Ball is not going to be doing very much. You are going to die to Iron Barbs, but if you can get, for a hyper offense team, get rid of Ferrothorn is a pretty huge deal. Garchomp, I mean, the defensive ones run Rough Skin, so same issue. You're going to be losing your Gengar with when they bring you down to the Sash to Rough Skin damage, but honestly, you get to kill a Garchomp. That's one thing. You probably almost 2-hit KO Garchomp anyway. If they want to just stay in and set up Stealth Rocks. Garchomp is a bit iffy. You might want to just go for 2 Shadow Balls, because you are going to live on your Sash. If they set up Rocks, you'll be able to get either 3 off, or you'll be able to kill the Garchomp, and you'll still have your Sash. Because if they go for Rocks and you can 2-hit KO it, it really depends on the EV spread. I think they like to run max HP, max defense. If they are the Stealth Rock lead, they like to run Stealth Rock, Dragon Tail, Fire Blast, and obviously Earthquake. So that's what they usually like to run. You're immune to Earthquake. Dragon Tail, I mean, it's not going to hurt too much, honestly. And Fire Blast can probably going to miss. Oh, and Rocky Helmet. This is the most common Garchomp lead I've seen. Is kind of a defensive, rough skin, Rocky Helmet, Stealth Rock lead. And Gengar does very nicely against this. Moving on, Gliscor, very nice to have against Gliscor because knockoff is going to bring you down to your sash, and it is going to kill the Gliscor. That's huge for hyper offense teams. I can't explain how huge it is to get rid of a freaking Gliscor if you're running hyper offense, because Gliscor is up in the like top tier wall, top like defensive threats in OU, alongside like Ferrothorn and Chansey and Skarmory. So if you can get rid of those, if you can get rid of this with a counter, you're going to be in a very good position. And you're not going to lose your You're not going to lose your Gengar. You're going to survive on the sash and hopefully kill something with Destiny Bond. Although they'll probably just bring something in faster. Let's be honest. But moving on, it's really good against Landorus. If you see Landorus, come on, how many people use Landorus and don't lead with it? The answer is nobody. They always lead with it. They always run, well, they always run U-turn, right? But if they see a Gengar, they're going to knock off. Come on, they are easily going to knock off. So they knock off, you go to your sash, and that's easily going to kill a Landorus. And 9 times out of 10, that's their Scarfer. So they won't have anything probably to outspeed Gengar. So odds are you're going to get a second kill with Destiny Bond. Very nice for hyper offense teams, and you don't have to let this die as you're if you're using it. You can get a kill with counter, or if their lead is obviously not going to be a physical attacker, like if they're leading with Rotom, best Pokemon in the OU, very original Pokemon. You can't really do very much to Rotom, so I wouldn't even lead against it, but it is a very common lead, so I wouldn't lead with Gengar, but you can save Gengar. Even if they lead with something and you kill it with counter, you can save it on the sash because it's very good against stall teams, just because it packs the taunt. It's very nice to have with the taunt, as well as, of course, the Destiny Bond. Little combo wombo you got going there. Not only that, but Shadow Ball is nothing to laugh at. Off Gengar's base 130 special attack stat. This is a very good offensive Pokemon to have around. With its immunities, you get lots of opportunities to switch it in. So it doesn't have to be a suicide lead, but in an ideal situation, it's going to be a suicide lead, and you're going to get a 2-for-1. But basically, this is a moveset. It's a very good moveset. I've used it several times. I really like it. It's just such an unexpected moveset. It's such a good moveset. You could use something instead of Shadow Ball, but you kind of want something offensive, because if you have 4 non-attacking moves, and they find that out, then they're not going to care about your Gengar, and really, you're just wasting that 130 base special attack. So sometimes it's much better just to straight up Shadow Ball. But this is a moveset. Honestly, try it out. Even if try it out. If it doesn't work, you don't have to use it, but try it out because it is a very good moveset. Alright, so I just got a few examples of kind of this moveset in action right here. Most of these battles weren't very serious because they were just with my joke team, because it's one of the only teams that I have recorded with this moveset. But as you can see, counter can clean take out any very powerful physical attacker. You can see the same thing right here. He's using a Pikachu. Easily goes down to counter. Probably would have gone down to friggin' Shadow Ball, let's be honest. And then you can clean up a second Pokemon with Destiny Bond right here, as you can see. It's also very good because as the taunt right here, you can shut down a lot of obvious setup sweepers like Volcarona. He switches out, and that pretty much nets me a easy kill on the Scizor. I had the Focus Sash either way. Again, no obvious setup Pokemons, and then you can easily get a free kill with the Destiny Bond. Very nice, as you can see. Another really nice thing about the Gengar lead is you can taunt the Stealth Rocks, taunt any kind of shenanigans that they want to do for you. He actually goes for Earthquake here, which is kind of just shows you how non-competitive this really battle was, and follows up with Aqua Tail. But as you can see, any really powerful physical attacker gets hit very hard with the counter and gets pretty much cleaned up with a Shadow Ball if they are, even if they're very specially defensive, because they'll probably be brought very down to a low enough health where Shadow Ball does it enough anyway. Go for the Destiny Bond here. He goes for Aqua Ring, but he went for Earthquake on Gengar, so I don't think he's going to try to, play around Destiny Bond, so I go for it again and get a second kill. But yeah, that's the moveset. It's pretty cool. It's pretty good. It's very good for hyper offense, though.